Hi guys, it's Nicole here at Mommy Tips by Cole. I'm back to kick off the start of my travel series videos. I mentioned on previous videos that I am going with my family away for 2 weeks, cross country from New Jersey to Las Vegas, and a little mini road trip to California. So it is our first flight with all 5 of us. So my girls have already flown. This is Dylan's first time on the plane, and my husband and my first time traveling with 3 small kids. So we have been on the plane several times when our girls were 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years. So we've kind of been through that whole phase of infancy and early toddler stages. So this video will basically be my tips for traveling by air. For us, it's cross country with 3 kids, 5 and under, and this will vary depending on your kids' ages, depending if they're babies. It's going to be a lot different, and I'll mention some tips that I remember from when my girls were babies, and it will definitely be a lot different if your kids are older. But for the most part, a lot of these things can apply to all ages. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Tips for booking your flight. I always prefer to book flights in the later hours of the evening. So not so much a red eye, but just a later evening flight. So our flight is about 9:29 in the evening, our time. So by the time we arrive in our destination, it'll be 3 hours earlier over there. So I like the idea that they would probably be able to, hopefully, be able to sleep for most of the duration of the flight, which will be about 4.5 to 5 hours. Also, if your kids are under 2 years old, you can lap them for free. So you don't have to pay for a full price ticket. They can sit on your lap if you're comfortable, depending on the duration of the flight. I took advantage of that as many times as I could when my kids were little. And if you're nursing, I've always preferred to have a window seat, just because I'm gonna have a little bit more privacy by being against the window. Since this time we're traveling with the 5 of us, we can't all sit in one row. So I will sit in one row on the end, and my 2 girls, or Dylan and one of the girls, on the inside, and my husband will sit directly by our side on the end, the aisle seat, and then one of the kids in the middle with him. So that's how I prefer it, rather than being front to back. I just would rather us be all by side, but it's on your preference. As far as checking in and checking in your baggages, I have quite a few things here. So my big tip, if you have not even just 1 kid, but several kids with you, take advantage of the curbside check-in, because especially if you're getting dropped off, that's such a big help, because you don't have to worry about lugging all of your luggages, especially if you're bringing car seats and strollers and whatnot, all the way inside to check in by the desk. I take advantage of the curbside check-in, and that has helped me every single time we've ever flown, because we just get out the car, put everything there, and check it in, and we're good to go. For those of you moms out there, I highly suggest to carry a large tote that has easy access, so you can quickly grab your plane tickets, IDs, or whatever it is, confirmations that you need, because it can get really hectic, and making sure the kids are all there and all the luggages and things like that. You just want to be able to grab something real quick and be able to throw it back in real quick and know where it is if you need it again. I will have a separate video sharing with you what's in my travel purse, as well as what's in my travel makeup bag, and then moving to another video, what's in our luggages and stuff like that. Another important tip, depending on the airline you choose, for the ones that I've flown on, you are allowed 1 check-in luggage, bag, stroller, car seat per child that has a plane ticket. So that helps so much, because we always need to check in, or we like to check in our car seats or boosters. And if you do plan on bringing your car seats or boosters, if you're going to be driving or be in someone's vehicle and you need them, use a very thick black plastic bag and label it right on a piece of paper and tape it to the bag really well. Those bags that are made for car seats, they're expensive, and I need 3. So I've learned in the past few years, by using a really thick black plastic bag saves us so much money, and it is just as effective. When you do check in, make sure to count all of the items you check in and all of the items you're carrying on board with you, because it is easy to forget, and this will help you so much when comes time you do go to baggage claim and you want to make sure everything is accounted for. Another great tip that I didn't know at the beginning of when we started traveling with small children is that you are allowed to push your stroller to the gate. For most airlines that I've seen, push your stroller to the gate. Even if you have a baby carrier / car seat, you can leave that in the stroller, push it to the gate, and once you're about to board the plane, they just fold it up and they will tag it and label it. And when you get off the plane, it'll be right there waiting for you. You don't have to worry about checking it in. You can throw things on the stroller as you push it to the gate. So it saves such a hassle when going through security and going to the gate. So just keep that in mind if you weren't already aware. If you do bring the carrier / car seat for an infant, you don't have to bring the base, because technically you can buckle the carrier into any vehicle with just the seat belt. So just keep that in mind. It will save you one less extra thing to bring. Tips for going through security and to the gate. That is the most stressful time we've ever had. It almost makes us not want to fly because of the chaos going through security with small children. So, number one, you have small kids that are walking, even if they are in a stroller or not, remind them to always hold on to mommy, hold on to daddy, because it can get really crowded depending on the time you fly. You want to make sure everybody is together. Another big tip, mainly for moms and dads, have patience and stay as calm as you can, because it does take some time to get through security, especially with kids and all of the baggage, literally all of the baggages that come with you when you're boarding onto the plane. The important thing is to keep in mind to check policies for bringing on drinks such as milk, formula, juice, and so forth. Check the policy of your local airline that you're taking, because every airline is different. Also try to condense the amount of baggage that you do bring as carry-ons. If you have small kids, one small book bag per child. I prefer book bags over the rolling bags because they're more easier to like hang on the stroller or throw in the stroller if they get tired of carrying it, which that happens. And I limit it to one rolling bag for all of us. And that would usually consist of our laptops, cameras, and so forth, or an extra pair of clothes for everybody, just in case. Of course, your diaper bag / purse. If you can carry one, that's great, and pack a small purse to bring with you on your trip. That helps so much. Another great tip for going through security, easy on and off shoes. Save yourself the hassle of dealing with shoelaces. Velcro is your best friend for going through the gate, especially if you have multiple children. And even for yourself, wear flats, wear easy on and off sneakers, whatever you're comfortable in, as long as it's easy on and off, so that you can easily take them off before you go through security and easily put them back on. Remove all jackets and accessories, belts, or whatever ahead of time if you can avoid any kids wearing belts or yourself. That helps a lot because they also make you remove those. Try your best to not have anything in your pockets. I know for men, they carry everything in their pockets, but that also saves some time. If you are traveling with 2 or more kids and there are 2 parents there, try to have one parent go first through the security and then one stay at the end with all of the things that are going to be going through, so that the first parent that's in the front can kind of be the receiver for all the kids that are coming out and put all the shoes back on and so forth. And then the parent in the back can kind of make sure that everything gets through just fine. Another great tip, if you have an infant, a baby carrier or Bajorn or something like that, helps so much when you're going through security. If you are pushing the stroller, that's fine. You got to fold it up and put it through the security check. Carrying your baby on you makes it so much easier because your hands will be free. So now that you've thankfully made it through the security, you're at the gate. The food is ridiculously overpriced. So eat a full meal. Everybody eat a full meal before you go there. Carry snacks with you in your bag so they can munch on it, and then you will need to buy water or juice or whatever it is you need, since you can't bring water through the security point. But that will pretty much be, for at least for us, that's pretty much the only thing we like to purchase when we're at the gate. Also, before boarding the plane, make sure everybody uses the potty, has diaper changes before you get on the plane, because it gets really crowded and hectic to even try to use the bathroom before taking off. Growing up, my mom would always tell us, my siblings and I, to chew gum before taking off or before descending, because it helps with the air pressure. So we always do that, and my kids know they're not supposed to swallow gum, so I let them chew it, well, the older ones, before taking off. But if you have smaller babies, it also helps to nurse or bottle feed before taking off or descending. Do bring a book bag for each child. Make sure they have tons of activities in there to keep them busy, whether it's their leap pad, iPad, books, crayons, whatever it is, small toys that they can fit, anything that keeps them busy. And like I said, if you do schedule a later flight, hopefully everybody will be sleeping for most of the times. They have in-flight movies that they can watch, or nowadays you can watch it on your electronic devices. And if the kids end up having some type of temper tantrum or get really uncomfortable, just get up and walk and stretch. Take a walk to the bathroom, walk back and forth down the aisle. It's not much space, but you just work with what you got. By just moving or changing positions, even just for a couple of minutes, I've found that that helps a lot. And lastly, being able to conquer the small changing station table in an airplane. It seems impossible, but it is quite possible, depending on the size of your child. But you just gotta do it. So make sure to always have the diaper change before you land, because once you land, it gets a little bit chaotic again, trying the hustle and bustle of getting off the plane, going to baggage claims. So I find that it helps a lot to make sure everybody uses the potty, diaper change before descending. Last but not least is baggage claim. You will at this point need a cart to carry all of the luggages, and car seats, boosters, or whatnot. And then with the stroller, it's great because, like I said, if you carry a book bag for each child, you could just hang it on your stroller, and one adult pushes the stroller and one pushes the cart, and you're good to go. Don't forget to double count all of the items that you brought with you, whether you checked it in or you carried it on the plane. And that's pretty much it. It is a lot of information, but I hope that this helps, because I was really thinking hard of what helps me, or the steps. I was thinking of the steps that I go through each phase of traveling, and it is a process. And the more kids you add into the mix, the more hectic it gets, the more expensive it gets. In the end, it's totally worth it, because it means lots of memories to treasure forever for your family. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have other tips or suggestions, anything I may have missed, anything that I'm not aware of, anything that has helped you, that can help me, that can help anybody that's watching this or reading the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned for a part 2 of this travel series, which will feature my what's in my travel bag / makeup bag, and then also another video sharing with you my tips on packing and stuff like that. So thank you so much again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!